One of the largest manufacturers of precast concrete goods in Malaysia was created in 1981 and is called OKA Concrete Industries Berhad. The OKA Group obtained certification for MS ISO 902. Numerous OKA products have received product certifications from Sirim QAS, IKRAM QA, and UKAS. Additionally, it is a top manufacturer of precast concrete elements, prestressed concrete square piles, concrete septic tanks, jacking pipes, and other items for the construction sector. The project is being managed by a group of professional and civil engineers. As a consequence, the manufactured items are consistently of very high quality. In order to meet the current demand for important infrastructure projects from both the public and private sectors, OKA's rapid development and upgrade strategy included considerable expenditures in machinery and equipment.
Next, I will present about cross-sectional analysis in 3 years of OKA Corporation Sdn Berhad 2020, 2021 and 2022, which is liquidity ratio and efficiency ratio. Liquidity ratio are intended to indicate the firm's ability to meet its financial commitments. Typically, liquidity ratio focus on short-term commitments. Hence, these ratios are designed to indicate short-term cash flow increases. Liquidity ratios consist of 3, which is current ratio, quick ratio, and net working capital. Current ratio is to measure the relationship between current assets and current liabilities. As a rough rule of thumb, if the current ratio exceeds 1, then the firm has the ability to pay its short-term debt. Same to quick ratio, which only examines very limited current assets relative to current liabilities. Last in liquidity ratios, net working capital, which indicate the amount of current assets financed by equity or long-term debt. Higher ringgit is desirable as it provides a greater margin of safety. In 2022, higher liquidity ratio represents companies' ability to pay the short-term debts of net working capital than 2020 and 2021. Subsequently, efficiency ratio, which also consists of 3, which is average collection period, fixed asset turnover, and inventory turnover. Efficiency ratio means seek to establish how efficiently the company conducts its operation in generating sales and its contribution towards the achievement of the firm's goal to maximize shareholders' wealth. Average collection period determines the average length of time taken by firm to collect its debts from the credit sales. The faster the collection is good for the company. As we look at the table in 2020, is the fastest collection within just 117 days. Moreover, fixed asset turnover is measuring the firm's efficiency in using its plant and machinery to generate goods or products for sale. The higher ratios are desirable as it indicates the firm's efficiency in generating sales from the available. As for the fixed asset, we look at 2022, their amount of fixed asset turnover is effective while inventory turnover is too slow. Inventory turnover measures how effective the firm uses inventory to generate sales. If the ratio is too slow, then it implies that excess capital is tied up in inventory. High ratio may indicate efficiency. In conclusion, the higher the ratio is better.
So I will present about the leverage ratio. 2022 is the higher debt ratio. For debt equity, 2022 is the higher. 2021 is the higher for the time interest rate. In conclusion, 2021 is the best year for debt ratio. 2021 is the higher net profit margin. The higher net profit margin is the more better and effective to the company to generate gross profit. 2022 is the higher return on asset. The higher return on asset is more better and effective for the company to generate net profit using total assets. Now, 2021 is the higher return on equity. The higher return on equity is more effective and better for company to generate net profit using total equity. In conclusion, 2021 is the better profit ratio than the other years. Companies are also efficient in using and handling the existing assets they have and are good at managing finances from investor to generate profit year to year.
For the conclusion, the liquidity ratio is used to determine a company's capacity to satisfy its financial obligation. OKA Corporation Berhad has a stronger ability to pay short-term debt, according to the current ratio and quick ratio. The efficiency ratio is the second factor to take into account. This ratio seeks to ascertain a company's operational effectiveness in generating sales as well as its contribution to the firm's objective of maximizing shareholder value. It is because the average collection period ratio of OKA Corporation Berhad is growing. It demonstrates how effective OKA Corporation Berhad is in collection debt. The third factor is leverage ratio, which is used to gauge a company's capacity to repay its entire debt over time. The profitability ratio, which assesses an organization's relative success, concludes that a larger profitability ratio indicates the organization is more effective at earning money. The OKA Corporation Berhad's net profit margin shows an increase from 2020 to 2021 and a decreasing from 2021 to 2022. Last but not least, OKA Corporation Berhad excels in a financial cross-sectional study.